Good morning. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the week. So first thing is attendance. We're taking attendance in 2 places this year, and attendance has never been more important. So we're taking attendance in 2 places every day, every period. I just wanted to kind of try to explain the logic behind taking attendance in each place, which will hopefully help you understand what we want you to do. I know there's been some confusion about resource times and things like that, but if you're taking attendance in Harmony, we're taking attendance in Harmony to try to decide who is technically in attendance at school that day. Now that could be whether it's virtual, so a student who's completing virtual instruction at home, technically they're in attendance, in Harmony anyway, because that day is going to count for them. But they weren't in the building. So Harmony attendance is more of technical attendance, who is actually completing schoolwork as new requirements from the state are handed down. Canvas attendance is just meant to be for in-house contact tracing tracking purposes. So Canvas attendance is asking you who is in your room physically present and where are they in your room during a given period on any given day. So if the difference there might be that if a student goes down to Mr. Huey's room for resource on a certain day of the week, you would mark them present in Harmony, but you would mark that student absent in your Canvas, if that makes sense. So those are maybe just the few differences between the 2 pieces or places where we're taking attendance. Canvas is physical, it's who is actually there and where were they sitting, and Harmony attendance is meant for what we used to always take attendance for, which is for state purposes, who's technically in school and who's not, counting those days. So I hope that helps a little. I know that attendance, there are a lot more attendance codes this year. I'm sure some of you have got to be wondering, okay, who's out, how long, what do all these things mean? There are kids marked present in Harmony, but they're not actually here. How can I tell what is going on? Those are all good questions. And Harmony has just recently, and when I mean just recently, I mean as of last week, they've tried to begin explaining what these new codes are, what they look like. And I'll be just shooting straight with you, as usual, I guess. I'm not really sure that Harmony completely understands and has that down yet. And therefore, we're just getting our heads wrapped around it. So I'd like to get some answers out to you about that, but it may take a bit because that is not, I don't think Harmony is complete on their end. And we're just still beginning to understand how that all works. So I hope to have some of those answers out to you soon, but they're not ready yet, unfortunately. Everyone is still figuring this all out. E-learning prep continues this week, so you have, we've given another 2 hours that you can work beyond your contract, and you'll be paid that ancillary rate for. If you want to work on creating lessons that you could use for e-learning, that could be, you know, an emergency lesson, or just getting yourself familiar with how things work, or creating some of the lessons you're going to use this week. I do know many of you have experimented with going live, with sending videos to students who are currently on quarantine and joining your class virtually. I think that's great. Please continue to try to do that. That being said, some of that time that you have this week, if you are going to use that, I'd like you to use at least part of that to view a video that I created about virtual learning calendars. This is a possibility. We might use some or all or pieces of this. But there's a video in the Canvas module in discussions labeled virtual learning calendars. I'd just like you to watch that video, and then if you choose to respond to it, you may. You need to watch the video. But if you want to respond, you can. There were a couple of questions or prompts in there. But it's just getting your ideas on something that we put together based loosely on some national models on what a e-learning schedule could look like. So please watch that. And then if you haven't uploaded your Google Meet video yet, most of you have, and they look great. And I know for some of you, it's a huge step, leap of faith, so to speak. So really have done a great job on that. Those of you who haven't completed that yet, make sure you get it done and submitted in the Google form by the end of today, and we can all have checked that off our list of things we know how to do. Oh, and then make sure you sign in if you do come in and work extra. Make sure you sign in again on the sheet, and that way Tina will make sure to get you paid. That is all for now. If you have anything that you need, concerns, comments, questions, please keep sending those to us. You know, there are a lot of things that we're still figuring out. There are things that are changing every day, but you know, as you guys need new information, let me know. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it and get it to you some way, somehow. Thanks. Have a great week.